Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Triple B Express, the only podcast where we talk a whole bunch of stuff: professional wrestling, comics, movies, pulp culture, me going on rants, me telling about stuff, whatever floats my boat here, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned. I have a great, exciting show tonight, and I'll take questions and comments. Stay tuned for another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience. Welcome, everybody. Holy heck, I got shit going down. I messed it up. Hey, when you get the phone and you don't take it off, it is what it is. Holy hell. Anyway, as soon as I get my phone operative and be able to shut it off, it'll be great. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. A little technical difficulty. I thought I had my phone shut off because I do the Facebook stuff so I can actually interact. So, hey, things happen. Ralph Williams, thanks for tuning in. Hello, Ralph Williams, the voice of Beaver County's own Ralph Williams. He does Sports Corner on Tuesday nights. He does a lot of stuff, and I'm going to start advertising a lot of stuff here, guys. I have a whole bunch of stuff and tons of stuff here. So, but hey, I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to get off my chest. I got a whole bunch of pulp culture stuff. I got a bunch of independent wrestling stuff that's going on tomorrow night. I got tons of stuff, and I can't believe I didn't shut my phone off. I thought I did. I must have been listening to some stuff before I got on here. I don't know what I was watching. So anyway, before we get situated, I'm gonna put this out because I look, I'm into music. I seen this on Facebook. I thought it was pretty cool to actually I got some people's comments, but I'm gonna put this up right now. Okay, if you could choose three of these, who would they be? And I will get back to this later. I know I put mine out there, and there's a lot of good bands on this, but you can only pick three. So let me hear it in your comments in Facebook or on YouTube or on Twitter or wherever. I'll read them, and I'll read them to the fans. So read it real quick. Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Kiss, Motorhead, Slayer, Pantera, Megadeth, Dio, Zeppelin, Judas Priest, Overkill, Anthrax, Motley Crue, Saxon, Man of War, Metal Church, and two others I can't see. So, okay, here we go. Well, Ralph said, Donnie Fulmer, thanks for tuning in. Ralph said Kiss, Motley Crue, and Black Sabbath. Wow, that's pretty good. I never saw, I saw Ozzy. I seen Kiss one time, and I saw Motley Crue a couple times. Chris Halburn, thanks for tuning in. So let me get just think about it. You guys can comment through the whole show right here. Pick three. I'll do it periodically, and if you guys bring your top three, I'll say it online. So okay, but last Tuesday, myself, Ralph Williams, Mark from Australia, and Shane Stodmiller hooked up with the Steelers Realm Boys, and we did a mega cast where we talk about the 2023 Steelers. It's in the archives. If you guys want to hear it, we give our synapse of the crazy year that was. So if you can catch it, go back on. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. Just check it out. And also talking about Shane here. My buddy Shane Stodmiller has two shows, college stuff on YouTube. He does the Big Fan Zone. He got a lot of views. He got a lot of people in West Virginia. He talks West Virginia football. He talks the Big 12. I'm telling you, there's people on my podcasts that actually do their own shows. It's awesome, and it's so cool. So, and also my man Kal-El, Buckle to Buckle with Kal-El. So, hey, what's up, Chris? Ralph said, Kiss many times, Motley Crue twice, Black Sabbath once at Ozfest. I seen it at Ozfest too. Not Black Sabbath, just Ozzy. was Zach Wild, Ralph. It was pretty good. Zach Wild kicked ass, man, playing guitar. So, like I said, if you guys periodically throughout the show here pick your 3 bands out of this, Richie Allen, thanks for tuning in. Pick your 3. I'll give you mine. If you didn't see it on Facebook, I'll give it to you before we end the show. I will give you my 3 because there's a lot of good bands. It was very hard to decide, so I'll do it periodically through the show. But I also want to get out some independent wrestling that's happening tomorrow. Tonight was Pro Prospect Wrestling on Friday nights. I wish I could advertise them a little sooner, but my show starts at 9 o'clock. But that's one of the independent companies that are around Western Pennsylvania. But also, too, there's going to be shows tomorrow. KSWA, the 24th anniversary event at the American Legion. Last time I was there with Magnum TA and Nikita Koloff, it was packed. I had to stand. It was standing room only. So this anniversary show, there'll be probably 7 to 8 exciting matches. You can get your tickets at the door, and you can support independent wrestling. And also, RWA Fury, September 17th, 7 p.m. at the West Newton Gym. Norm Connors will return to professional wrestling. He has not been there for many, many years. The former owner and promoter of Steel City Wrestling. That's right, I can remember Steel City Wrestling. And the IWC. So there he was. And this match will be the main event. Tommy Dreamer and John McChesney versus Chris Taylor and J-Rock. And I know I posted on my Facebook site, Chris Taylor, big hands off to him. He is the lead singer of the band called Shattered. They have a new album coming out. They have a solo song out right now. I posted it on Facebook. I tell you what, if you got a chance to listen to them, please do. Kevin Shields, what's up? Chad Henry, what's going on? You got a great opportunity to see some up and coming. He's great, man. Shattered. I tell you what, I haven't got a chance to see him yet, but I think he's got a concert in April, and tomorrow night he's tagging up to take on McChesney and Tommy Dreamer. So that'll probably be very, very extreme. I would like to go to it, but it's so hard to do everything in my life, but I'm going to try. Last week, I was at the Rise Wrestling show to support the Rad Boys in a double dog collar match. There was a guy that collapsed. Me and my wife thought I thought he had a heart attack. He went down. My buddy Lee Martin, who I work with, man, went down to check his pulse. I called 911. Brandon K called 911. Both of us at the same time are calling the ambulance. I hung up. Brandon got through. The ambulance came, took him out of there. I guess he recovered. You know what I mean? But his face was bloody and he wasn't breathing. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, man, that was some scary, scary shit. So if you got a chance to go to Uniontown, the Uniontown Mall, I know a lot of people are listening. Independent wrestling is very hot right now. You're going to see the future superstars of tomorrow, people. So also, too, PWX is in the house tomorrow. That's right, PWX, one of the longest running companies in Pittsburgh. They'll be running tomorrow, and they brought this gentleman in from TNA Impact. Congo Kong will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. There is a ton of wrestling matches. I'm telling you, it's a ton. And last but not least is the World Beater. Tomorrow night in Altoona, Pennsylvania, will face this man, Tito Orrick. Tito Orrick has challenged Chris Coleman, the World Beater, for the heavyweight championship. And also the Rad Boys will be going against the Watch for tag team gold. I think they got about 8 matches. You can catch it, like I said, at the Junior Civic Association in Altoona, PA. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, independent wrestling, 4 shows in one day. An hour and a half from my house so I can close my eyes and throw the darts. So, but I might go to RWA. I can't guarantee anything. I would do like to see Chris Taylor face a tag match against Tommy Dreamer. And I know the Reverend Ron Hunt's there, and Lights Out Johnny Norris is there. So, and my last thing of independent wrestling, I'm looking to, and I put it out on social media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going back into the promote shows. I'm waiting for my license. I'm trying to do some graphics on my own. I don't think I'm the greatest graphic person in the world, but I am trying. But it's a work in progress. but I am bringing back the company that I had and owned back to. We're going to run a show. We're going to see how it goes. I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm looking for whatever. I put it out there. Anybody that wants to, put some, some thoughts and some cash shoulder behind a company. This is the logo, but this is not going to be the official logo. I think I could do better. But I do like the black and gold colors, because I'm a big Steeler fan. So I'm waiting for the license. Right now, I mailed it out. I got the insurance bond. I do have places to run. I do have some people that I'm thinking about booking, and we're gonna have family fun entertainment. And I want to do it because I never got a chance to do it before when I had my license. So it's gonna be. I told my wife, she fully supports me, and she will be the talent coordinator. And she and ladies and gentlemen, she's been going to wrestling shows for 10 years, and she's been schooled down in the Triple B Bar and Grill when we watch pay-per-views. So she's just as good as anybody else. Mr. Hayes, thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to talk now. I'm done with the wrestling, independent wrestling. I give everybody their perks. Okay. And also, too, like I said, you could pick your 3 bands right here. I like these kind of things. I love these kind of things. Chris, thanks for tuning in, brother. So also, I want to say about the top 10 overall, top 10 streaming shows, because I'm all about like top 10 stuff. We do top 5 stuff on the show. The first show is Bluey, and that's on Disney Plus. I have never seen it, and I don't think I'm going to. Number 2 is Reacher. I have watched it. It is very, very good. It's on Prime. 3 is Young Shelton on Max and Netflix. I only seen a couple episodes right after AEW. Not a big fan. Sorry, I wasn't a Big Bang guy. Sorry. American Nightmare, Netflix. Number 4. Not a fan of that. I'm so sorry. Number 5 is Grey's Anatomy. Never seen an episode of my entire life. These are the top 10 streaming shows in the United States as we speak. Number 6 is Fool Me Once on Netflix. I haven't seen it. I got to get a life. Number 7 is the Kevin Hart movie, Lift, on Netflix. I have seen it. I didn't think it was that good. Number 8 is This Is Us on Hulu and Netflix. Number 9 is NCIS on Netflix and Paramount Plus, because actually I heard Paramount Plus and Peacock might combine. That is speculation. The only reason why I have Peacock is to watch Ted and for WWE pay-per-views. So if they combine it, I can watch Mission Impossible and Star Trek and WWE. I'd be okay with that. And number 10 of the top streaming overall in the United States is Suits. I've never seen an episode. It's on Netflix and Peacock. I've never seen an episode. The only thing I've seen out of this is Reacher. And the other movie or TV show that I have started to watch on Netflix is Sophia, Joey Magalla's ex-wife, as a drug lord, where she beats people's asses with a baseball bat and has a whole bunch of prostitutes filled up with cocaine, and they bring it in. I got an episode and a half, and it's pretty bloody and it's pretty gruesome. And that's something, like I'm gonna be proactive on that. So I'm gonna tell people to watch that. She got some makeup on. She just, because she is very, very attractive, and she doesn't look, she doesn't look too spectacular face wise. But I guess it's based on a true story. So Chris says Suits is a good show. I've never seen it, Chris. So I've never seen it. But, okay, like I said, here we go. You can take your pick. I did this on Facebook today. I thought this would be pretty cool. You can only pick 3. I know it's hard. You can only pick 3. And before I get out of here, I'll give you guys my 3 if you didn't see it on social media. Joshua says, check out the documentary. You know what? You're the second person that told me that. Love Stalker Killer, on Netflix and Crazy Town. You are the second person, Joshua, that told me to watch that. So I probably will, because I did watch The Tinder Swindler and a couple other documentaries, because people were just crazy. So, you and Fabian, my buddy Mike told me to, watch that. Oh, Chris Anderson took Kiss, Motorhead, and Dio. That's good. You can't go wrong with Lemmy and Ronnie James. You just can't. So, like I said, we will be going periodically through the podcast. You guys give your three. I'll be more than happy to comment on Facebook and YouTube. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. I'm on everything. I'm just trying to expand. But before we get on a little bit more, I want to advertise my buddy Todd DeFazio Club Sandwich. If you guys want to watch shows on big sandwiches in Pittsburgh, these guys are some big boys and they eat some big sandwiches. They got their first season done on Facebook. I always put it on and subscribe to it. If you haven't subscribed to it, please do. Todd tried to do a big challenge last week. I don't know if he completed it, but he's got one more episode and the first season's done. And we're looking for something to come up to Indiana so he can actually eat a big burger, a big sandwich, something that's worthwhile to trip up from Pittsburgh. We haven't. Awapaho's great, and Bob's Pizza is a proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience, and I love the Wapahos and the Square Pizza. But you'd have to eat like 6 Wapahos and push them together. So, but also proud. We got some boys that support me, that I support them. The boys from Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. Check them out. Subscribe to their channel. They talk about wrestling independent and all kind of stuff. They're 3 funny guys that just shoot the shit, and they're very entertaining. And Larry comes on my show when I do the Mania Mega Picks, which we're going to be doing next Friday. So I got a lot of stuff, man. Lot of stuff. Also, Watkins Boxing. If you ever want to box in Indiana, Pennsylvania, just go and see Brandon. I'm telling you, I just went there tonight, hit the bags. If you got stress in your life, go get a monthly membership. He's training some Gold Glove guys and girls as we speak. So, and also the Black and Gold right here, the Black and Gold Dynasty podcast, Wednesdays at 9. I took off this Wednesday because it was Valentine's Day, and you have to. So, I mean, that's how it goes. So I mean, you got to. And also the boys, the NFL Elite Banner every Thursday night, the smartest man in Philadelphia, Rich Smoke and Freight Train from Steelers Realm. 2 of those guys do the NFL picks with myself and Shane. We did our first season. So if you guys want to talk about football, Thursday nights live, 8 p.m., they are on. So I just want to say that I did not watch the halftime show. I did not, and you know why I did not? Because I wanted to watch the whole trailer for Deadpool. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see Deadpool with the 3-minute trailer, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the Deadpool trailer was the most watched trailer of all MCU at 365 million. Beating Spider-Man by 10 million. Beating the Avengers, just blowing them out of the water. I'm telling you, this movie is going to be phenomenal. And it could save, and he could be Marvel Jesus. That's right. He's probably going to be Marvel Jesus. And hopefully Wolverine's not Judas. But, they went from Deadpool. They called it Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going to see another trailer with Wolverine in action. So, and they got a lot of cliffhangers, and they like, here he is at the end. Wolverine's coming, but right there is Secret Wars number 5 with Dr. Doom on the cover of that comic book way to the left. I don't know if you guys knew that. That is actually the second Secret Wars. The original Secret Wars was when all the superheroes got taken and some villains got taken, and they were on the Beyonders world. It's a 12-part miniseries. Issue number 8 is when Peter Parker and Spider-Man, his costume's all ripped up, and he gets the black symbiote, and that's what he brings back. And it turns, after he beats it, Eddie Brock takes it and becomes Venom. So that is, and the Secret Wars, the second one, it's all broke down in parts where Dr. Doom has controlling parts, and it's 12 issues also. That was issue number 5 on that Deadpool trailer. They're going to bring a lot of stuff, and you have to pay attention because I had to watch it twice because I missed a lot of stuff. And I'm very happy, but it's the only Marvel movie coming out this year. But this other Sony movie that's coming out, it's a fucking joke. And I suggest you do not waste your money. Go and see Madam Web. I'm sorry. That Madam Web in the comic books was 85 years old, was not Dakota Johnson. You know what I mean? They didn't make it right. I heard they got everybody. And the reason why people are going to watch it, probably because they got female in spandex. Still not worth it. Not worth going. I'll watch it when it comes down. I'll watch it on TV. Because I did watch The Beekeeper with Jason Statham. If you want good action, I give it a thumbs up. He kicks ass as always. I watched American Fiction. Very, very good with Jeffrey Wright. Very, very good. And Thursday, I finally watched The Iron Claw. I finally watched The Iron Claw. Zac Efron played good. Kevin Von Erich. The Von Erichs had such tragedy, and they made Fritz look like a fucking total asshole. And Fritz probably was a total asshole. The tragedy that struck, David dying in Japan, and he was supposed to win the NWA World Title. They had the guy, whoever played Ric Flair, did a phenomenal job. Mark Betamani, thanks for tuning in. Chris says, I will go see Deadpool and Wolverine before that. Yeah, don't, madam. Well, it's not streaming because I get good cable. You know what I mean? But it is very good. Donnie says he's amped up for Godzilla and King Kong. But Donnie, if you got Apple TV, the Monarch series with Kurt Russell is very, very good, where they go back in time and they talk about how Monarch became and how they had to deal with Godzilla after Godzilla had the attack on Tokyo. And it leads into that movie, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it. But it is 10 episodes, and you do get to see monsters. And I want to see King Kong with the Infinity Gauntlet, kicking ass, because I guess there's a tribe of gorillas in the underworld, I guess. So, yeah, but I will not, I suggest not to see Madam Web. It is probably ranked at a 15 or 20 at Rotten Tomatoes. It's not worth seeing. It probably is not going to be worth renting. Maybe if it's on Tubi, that would be good. You cannot have Madam Web is a secondary character in Marvel, so she does not solidify getting a solo movie. And they have Spider-Woman, Julie Carpenter, very secondary, all secondary characters. Sony is pooch de punt, and they don't realize what they have, and they just got to make strong Spider-Man movies. Just saying. Because Kraven the Hunter is probably going to be a dud too. They're going to have to, have Tom Harlan come in and save their Sony universe because they just can't get it right. So you don't make it. If they had Jamie Lee Curtis as Madam Web as a secondary character in the Spider-Man series, I'm okay for that. All good for that. Yes, shitty ideas from Sony again. Yes, Sony is terrible. They have no idea. They have no concept. And we as the fans have to, suffer because we have to pay. I'm not paying for that shit. So hopefully nobody pays. I've been seeing everybody that actually has made reviews of this calling it the worst superhero movie of all time. And that says a lot because Green Lantern was pretty bad. Yes, it was. I mean, I like Ryan Reynolds, but it was pretty bad. But also, too, like the T-Bolts will be out. They're going to extend early. It's going to be released 2 months early. So that'll be good right before Memorial Day. And I am a big T-Bolts fan. Like I said, it's not going to be the team from the comic books because they have no origins of those guys even being in the MCU. It'll be all super soldiers as the Thunderbolts and Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk being the antagonist of the T-Bolts. That'll be something. Hopefully it's written well. because lately the MCU movies have been shit in the bed. But hopefully, but also too, everybody has been excited for animation. A lot of people aren't into cartoons, but honestly, everybody has been wanting to do with this because this is huge. They have the roster of the X-Men from the cartoon. It's based on it right after Charles Xavier dies in that 1980s animated series. They go right into it. And that is the best adaptation of the Dark Phoenix saga ever in movies or whatever. That is the best of the Dark Phoenix with Jean Grey ever that they ever got done because they couldn't capitalize it into live action. So it's going to be 10 episodes. Everybody that watched it probably when they were kids. I remember watching it at the Indiana Moose when I was opening the bar, and they were looking at me like, who the hell are you? And wow, I got Jenna Jameson just like one of my comments on Instagram. Jenna Jameson liked one of my comments. Oh, you gotta love it. I feel like a superstar now. Jenna Jameson, one of the hottest girls in the porn industry. Woo! Liked my comment. And yes, it is her, people, because it's certified. It's blue. So, hey, I try to mingle with the higher elites here sometimes. Just a poor guy from Marion Center. So, like I said, it's 10 episodes. It'll be on Disney Plus, and it will be in March. So, if you give your kids something to watch, and then go back and watch the old ones where it's the Dark Phoenix saga. That'll be good. But remember, here we go. 3 bands, people. 3 bands. 3 bands. T-Rantula, what's up? T's wrestling tomorrow in KSWA. Let me find it here. I'm trying to plug everybody. I try. I really do. Where the hell's it at? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. KSWA. T-Ranch will be on this show. T's a legend in Pittsburgh, ladies and gentlemen. He's a big biker that kicks people's asses. That's what he does. So if you ever got a chance to go to a KSWA show, go. If you got a chance and you ever see a wrestling poster with T-Rantula on it, it's well worth your money to go see T. He's still doing it. He's a legend in the business. I seen him kick ass in a battle royal in Johnstown. Those young guys didn't have a clue, man. No. Thank you, T. He was chopping them down to size, man, and it was brutal. So, and then the last time I seen T wrestle, he wrestled lights out Johnny Norris. Johnny Norris took his vest, which wasn't a smart thing to do, and T beat the living bejesus out of him, and then took his vest back, put his colors back on, and that's just what it is. So if you ever get a chance to do the KSWA Under the Bridge, I think every year T comes out on his Harley, and it's quite a sight. So T's a legend in the Pittsburgh area, ladies and gentlemen, and I appreciate him jumping on the show. So thank you, and I appreciate everybody jumping on the Experience show Friday night, to pop in and say hello. I appreciate it. Doing these podcasts are not they're not easy. And speaking of not easy, I have a couple interviews that I did. One with Marcus D'Angelo. He is the host of the Snake Pit, and Everybody's Got a Pod with Ted DiBiase, and the Snake Pit is with Jake the Snake Roberts. And that episode this week was phenomenal, talking about Buddy Jack Roberts from the Freebirds. And Jake tells it the way it is. So Marcus, has a couple shows. He works with Hacksaw. So if you haven't subscribed to any of these shows and you do like listening to wrestling podcasts, please subscribe to the Snake Pit and Everybody's Got a Pod, and check out Marcus D'Angelo, like right here. Great. It was a great interview. If you didn't hear it, check it back in the archives. What was the on Eric thing you were talking? Oh, it's called the Iron Claw. The Iron Claw. Yes, it was very, very somber. It was very, very tragic. And anybody that's ever been in the wrestling business knows the whole story of the tragedy of the Von Erich family. They lost 1, 2, 3, one. The youngest one was young. David. They lost Mike. They lost Carrie, and they lost Chris. They lost 5 sons total, and that's why they call it the Fritz, the Von Erich curse. But Kevin Von Erich is still alive, has his sons. They wrestle, and they all live. They all live together. You know what I mean? He got like 16 grandkids. He's been married for 40 years, and it was a hard time. And just watching that when he got, he couldn't cut the promo good, and then Dave come in and took the promo out of him. So it's the Iron Claw. I might be streaming now. I'm not sure, but I got good cable, so I try to get stuff ahead of time. So, but yeah, and also his brother Mark Dominic D'Angelo. He's also the host of One of a Kind podcast with RVD, where he has RVD, and I tell you what, RVD 2-hour show. I think RVD is smoking up on his show, and it's great. If you haven't subscribed to that one, these are the only 2 brothers in America that are hosts of wrestling podcasts under the banner of Conrad Thompson. These guys are good. They got good shows. I listen to them, and they got Hall of Famers. So if you like wrestling podcasts and you want to check out the interview that I did with both of them, please jump on and listen to it. Yeah, David, Carrie, Mike, and Chris. Yes, and they didn't put Chris in the movie, Donnie, because Mike, they combined 2 brothers into one. So yeah, just a good movie. MJF is in it very, very briefly as Lance, their cousin Lance, very, very briefly. But he's an executive producer, which wow. So now before I do my main discree today, I wanted to talk. Okay, here we go. Remember, choose 3 bands before I get out of here. If you haven't, I'm going to give you guys mine before I leave. And I'm going to talk about one more topic. Will be the casting of probably the first comic book in Marvel. The casting of the Fantastic Four is now upon us. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Reed Richards from The Mandalorian and The Last of Us. Okay, the girl Vanessa Kirby was playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Girl. She's been on Mission Impossible and a Napoleon and other movies. And Human Torch Johnny Storm is Joshua Quinn from Stranger Things. He was getting a little bit of backlash. Let me take it out of it. Getting a little bit of backlash, and then all his fans came to rally to his aid. I liked him on Eddie. I think he can make. We'll see how he can make as the Human Torch and Johnny Storm. Hopefully they interact Spider-Man, because actually in comic books, the Human Torch and Spidey were best friends. They would talk on Statue of Liberty all the time, and then they actually hang out. Now, my last one here, the last cast is for Ben Grimm, the Thing. He'll be voicing it, is Ebon Moss-Bachrach. Okay, he was in The Punisher. I don't know if you guys knew this. He was in The Punisher. He played Microchip. Okay, and he was in Endor. When he tried to turn on Caspian, he was on that, and he got an award, or he was on the recent award-winning The Bear, which I've never saw. He will be playing the Thing. So that is your cast of the Fantastic Four. I don't think they're going to have Doctor Doom as a villain. Maybe at the end. That's what I hear. I think it's going to be Galactus, but hopefully if they bring the Silver Surfer in, they make him male, not female, that they were going to do. And hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they don't. I'm okay with this cast. I'm ready for this film to get off and get going. So, and then I'm also ready for Blade to get going, because that's been 4 years too. COVID has messed everything up. So now we got the cast of the Fantastic Four. I believe they're going to go back and it's going to be like in the 60s, where they might have got stuck in the quantum realm and came back, I believe. I can only speculate. I believe Reed Richards was going to be, I speculated being a college professor to Hank Pym, the Michael Douglas character. That's only speculation. That's only rumors and innuendos, and I have no idea because I just do podcasting and I just try to do stuff as much as I can. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But yeah, that's my take on a whole bunch of pulp culture tonight. It's been a while. Last week we did some stuff, and I had some guys come on last week. And next week we will have some guys come on because next week at 8 o'clock there will be this. Next week at 8 o'clock, the Mania Mega Panel will be in the house giving our elimination picks. I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch it. I'll watch it later. I'll just stay off my phone because I have to work. But we will, everybody hopefully will be in the house giving their picks, and we'll be as entertaining as we can be to bring you guys the best stuff that we possibly can bring on the Triple B Experience, which is actually the hardest working podcast going out there today. 2 to 3 shows a week and other stuff besides the interviews. I appreciate all the support. Go back and, like I said, hit the YouTube channel and listen to my interviews with Dominic and Marcus D'Angelo. They were great interviews. They're great guys. Maybe if they're not at a press conference at WWE Scrum, maybe I can get those guys to come on and give their picks for next week. I always try. You never know who I can, I try to get on here. I had Mark from Steeler Nation Australia on Tuesday, for the MegaCast. So if you haven't hit like and subscribe, please do. It's something, everybody that's doing the podcasting, it's just I'm a one-man band. Do the graphics I do, everything I do, I try to promote it the best I can. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in, even if it's a minute or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, or until you get bored with me. But I too appreciate it. If you guys have any questions and comments, but before I leave, boom, my 3 picks is Iron Maiden, because Iron Maiden was one of the best concerts I ever been to in my entire life with Bruce Dickinson. Metallica, because I like the old school Metallica, because I saw Metallica about 5 times, and I worked the Metallica, Faith No More, and Guns N' Roses concert at Three Rivers, and it was the craziest halftime show I have ever seen in my entire life. Girls were flashing. I saw more boobies in my entire life on that halftime with those 3 bands than I've ever seen in my entire life. So if you were 16 years old and you went to that concert, you looked at the big screen, you saw boobies, your cherry was already popped when you were at that Guns N' Roses Metallica concert, because we were on the stadium, everybody from Marion Center, because Stump's brother Steve hired us all. And when Seek and Destroy was on, the dugouts, we were all in the dugouts. Anything goes. If they did anything, we put them down. That's how it was back in the early 90s. I don't think you could do that now. But Metallica. Now, if they had AC/DC, I'd have picked AC/DC. AC/DC is going on tour, though, overseas. They haven't do nothing in the United States yet that I know of. And my last one, because I've never seen them, would be, and I don't get me wrong, I like Motorhead. I like Black Sabbath. I like Ronnie James Dio. I've seen Motley Crue 2 to 3 times. The last time Vince Neil was, it was god awful. Would be Led Zeppelin. Why would I? You know what I mean? That would be, that'd be something to take the wife to go see Robert Plant, and Jimmy Page. So those are my 3: Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Led Zeppelin. My 3 for that pick. And hopefully I could do stuff like this. Again, I like doing these top 5s or top 10s or pick your 3s or whatever. I mean, hey, I love doing it. And eventually I'll do like my top 10 action movies and top 10 comedies and, my top 10 sci-fis. I'll bring maybe the Mania panel, we do that. And Shane will probably have like 45 top 10 movies and stuff like that. So, but hey, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday night. Stay well. And if you're pro wrestling fans, like I said, go out and see some independent wrestling this weekend. And if not, go back in the archives and watch some of my shows. And I will see everybody Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for the Black and Gold Dynasty show. And I will be back next week with the Mania Mega Panel, where we will be talking the elimination picks. So I'll try to get somebody else. Maybe I'll get somebody else to come in and give some picks, have some guest appearances, maybe, I hope. So, hey, if you haven't hit like, subscribe, please do. It's also going to be on Spotify. You can listen to it in your car, listen to it in the gym. You can listen to my show when you take a shit. whatever it takes. Okay, people, like I said, peace out. And hopefully everything in my life is going very, very good. And I get something from the state and I can start doing something that I love to do. And hopefully people can rally and help me out and support a good thing. That's all I'm hoping for. That's all. I'm a fair man, honest guy, and I'll be all business, people. No more Mr. Nice Guy in professional wrestling business. It's going to be all business. But also I want to have a good product, and I want a fan-friendly product that everybody can go to and enjoy. And I'm going to work hard for that and get a place, get everything set up, and start booking some wrestlers and just get one show under my belt, and then we'll go from there. So and I appreciate all the support that people have been giving me so far. But you know what, though? I want to pack the house. I'm going to use this podcast as a platform to promote these shows that I have coming. The show that I have coming. One show. First show. We'll see. But some people say, oh, you're going to do one more than one show, Bubba. I was like, well, let me get the first show out. And I don't want my wife to divorce me. So, but everybody, have a great night. If you just tuned in, thank you. If you missed something, go back. Like I said, I appreciate all the support. And you guys have a great night and a great weekend. And I'll see you next Wednesday when we talk Steeler talk, because there's a lot of rumors and stuff going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers for sure. So, okay, everybody, have a great night. See you later.